Maybe you're feeling super emotional. Maybe you're feeling uh, kind of spacey. You got so many things going on in your head, maybe, too much air energy. Maybe you have just been running, going, trying to figure shit out in your life that you need to just sit, right? To just ground, to just be. And that is the energy of earth. Hello, and welcome to Wednesday Woo at 2, at least on the East Coast. I am Mel Morris, your tarot life planner, helping you connect within to plan the life you're meant for. So, hey, y'all. So, this is Earth Week here, and I don't think you can see my green. I was hoping my green came across a little bit better, but this wig is doing the most. And yes, I have a seemingly endless supply of wigs and costumes, but that's the beauty of October. That's the beauty of just having fun in your life. I'm going to be buying some more costumes because some friends of mine doing gay bingo together. And if you are in the Charlotte area, definitely come out to gay bingo. It's super fun. This year is all about like fairy tales and fantasies. So, we're going to have a great time. But anyways, you did not come here for any of that. So welcome again. This is Earth Week. And I'm working towards finding a bit more grounding and centering energy. And that means that we need to take some time to find what really makes you feel grounded. Right? So last week we focused on the energy of water, right? And water is all about our emotions. It is the suit of cups in our tarot. And so last week we focused on, connecting with our emotions, with our inner selves, right? And started looking at what we needed to release, things that we were in need of letting go of because they're not serving us anymore. Maybe we've grown, maybe they never were good to start with. Either way, it's never too late to go ahead and, this hair is going to drive me crazy. It's never too late to let go of things, and it's not a one-time thing, right? So everything we do this month, when we go through the elements, we experience these things every day. Every day we go through a cycle of dealing with the elements in different parts of ourselves. So last week we did all the releasing, right? Hopefully, if not, again, it's never too late. Look back on last week's video. This week is all about Earth, right? So Earth is what happens in the next phase. We let go of what we don't need anymore. And now we're kind of at a clean slate, right? If you're not going through the full cycle of things and you just need more earth energy, when you feel, maybe you're feeling super emotional, maybe you're feeling kind of spacey, you got so many things going on in your head, maybe, too much air energy. Maybe you have just been running, going, trying to figure shit out in your life that you need to just sit, right? To just ground, to just be. And that is the energy of earth. Right. So again, earth is just as it sounds. If you think about the earth, if you think about, standing in a field of grass, right? Your toes in the grass or in some sand or even on some wood. If you join me later, we're going to do our first experiment at doing a Facebook rooms where you can actually join me live, kind of like a Zoom room. We're going to do a little ritual over there instead of in here, just so I can actually see folks if you want to be seen and you can join me and ask some questions. So we'll do a little ritual, hopefully outside if the weather holds, where again, just going outside sometimes is what you need to slow down, right? Take a breath. If you are, again, ripping and running, doing so much, your mind is clouded, earth energy is just sitting still, right? And enjoying what's happening right at this moment. Okay. If you're in a space right now where, you're listening to this, whether it's live or later, and you can just be still for a moment, you can just take some deep breaths. Maybe you're sitting on something really comfortable, like just imagine the goodness, right? The beautiful safeness that you can feel, right? And it can come from something, again, as simple as, a comfortable chair or, a soft and comfortable shirt, right? That's just, gosh, it just feels so good. Earth is just finding that center, that grounding, that I don't have to do anything else right now, but just be in this moment. And that can be really difficult for a lot of us that don't have a lot of earth in us, in our charts, in our lives. We don't have a lot of tangible ways that we think we don't have a lot of tangible ways that we can just settle and not worry and not be doing and not just be emotional, but really just ground, right? And, obviously, if you're here, you follow me to some degree, this is a really emotional time in history in my life from many years ago. So there's a lot of ups and downs, there's a lot of emotions, there's a sense of feeling like you need to do something all the time. But earth energy, and I and it's funny because I actually have so many things that I keep around me that are, earth related. I have lots of stones. Green is the color of earth. If you anything that makes you think, I've got this beautiful stone that always lives on my desk. Again, it's the suit of pentacles, and I'll pull up the pentacle that we had this week. And so what are some ways that we can connect with this grounding energy of earth? So I, mentioned before, if you can go outside, right, and find a little patch of grass or a little patch of dirt, right? Or, go to the park and just, again, just try your best, right? Ideas, thoughts, emotions are going to creep in, but as much as you can, remind yourself to just come back to just being there, right? If you can take your shoes off and just, feel the actual earth underneath you. And again, we're going to practice this a little bit later tonight. Just feel that. What does that feel like for you? Right? Try to disconnect yourself from yourself, from your emotions and your thoughts, and just really feel into your body. And think about, we can do this together right now. Think about, as you are listening to this, take a nice breath and just feel your body, right? What does your body feel like just sitting in your chair? Or if you're standing, what do your feet feel like on the ground? If you're laying in bed, right, can you feel the support underneath yourself? Right? If you're sitting back and, again, how do your clothes feel on you? Right? How does the air feel around your body? Right? If you take a nice, big inhale and just allow your senses to kind of connect to the things that are happening all around you with no judgment, right? If you take a big inhale and you can smell your garbage or something, like, okay, that's fine, no judgment, but I notice it, right? As I sit in this chair, I can feel my ass is being supported, right? Is it uncomfortable or does it feel okay? Right? All of those things, those super simple things, are you just slowing down, taking the time to just ground your energy, right? You're not needing to feel something, you're not needing to write down and make a plan about something. Just being is all you need to do sometimes, right? So I'm going to pull up the card that we had. So this week I only pulled I only pulled our 5-card spread, and if you didn't see that, yeah, I mean, it can be, you said highly difficult at times. Yeah, it can be really difficult, Carrie, to just sit sometimes, but the difficulty comes from us, right? Remember that. However you're feeling, whatever you're doing, however you're choosing to react to your situations, good or bad, you have a choice about that, right? And so when we say, oh, I don't have time to do this, this, and this, you do have the time. You just have to make it a priority, right? If you've got time, there's 5 minutes in a day, 10 minutes in a day that you can just sit and be quiet, that you can just close the door, keep your phone away from you, and just sit and be quiet. Right? There are 5 minutes, 10 minutes in a day that you can, sit with water, when you're taking a shower and just feel the water and not just think about, oh my gosh, all the things I have to do. You can make the time, and it doesn't have to be difficult, right? So I really want all of us to change our language around, who we are and who we can be and what we can do, because we create our realities, right? Even the bad shit, even the hard shit. Not saying that outside influences don't happen to us, but we have a choice in how to move forward. So when you think about, slowing down, taking a few moments, you have to practice it, right? You have to remind yourself, set an alarm on your phone and say, hey, I'm going to, every day at whatever, 8 o'clock, I'm going to take 10 minutes and just sit for 10 minutes without a purpose, without the need to do a thing, right? And the more you do it, the easier it is. And you'd be amazed. And I'd love to hear, if you try this, how that starts to feel for you after a couple of days, right? Just try it for 3 days and see, and let me know, right? It really makes a difference. Even if you're busy in your day, and you just say to yourself, you know what? Nope, I'm going to just stop for a minute. 5 minutes, I'm going to stop. And you stop and you breathe and you just feel what you feel around you. Whatever comes and goes, I'm just going to enjoy this moment sitting right here. And what do I notice? Okay, good thoughts, bad thoughts, great. I'm just going to be. I don't have to do anything. And it does. It takes some practice, but it feels good to be able to do that, right? So transitioning that now over into this 8 of Pentacles that we had for the week. So again, in the 5-card spread, I only pulled from the suit of Pentacles, which is the suit related to earth energy. To, again, Pentacle is about the tangible things, right? Things we can actually touch. Cups are about emotions. Air is about our thoughts and the way that we communicate. The swords are, that fiery, get up and go energy. Pentacles are the actual one suit concept that we can physically in our body experience. Okay. And so sometimes, a lot of times, like you see here, it looks like coins, or sometimes it's called the suit of discs. But so it is sometimes about money and career and things that we can actually buy, right, with money. Again, tangible things. So this week overall, the card that we had was this 8 of Pentacles. And when I looked at the other cards that we had for this week, so again, there's 4 other cards, it's 5-card spread. All the cards really talked a lot about creating safety, right? Creating safety so that you can grow. Right. So creating, and even in this card, if you see, I forget, when I blow it up, you don't see it any better. Actually, I can do this because magically, I was going to say magically, my other deck, my other camera is working, but I can show you. I want to make this a whole drawn out process. So let me do this. I'm going to hide this so that I can just so you can see this card a bit more. And really, because I want you to really take a look at this card and see what you connect with. There we go. And, with if you haven't ever had a reading with me before, I really have people focus on what, as soon as you look at it, right off the bat, what you connect with, the things that make the most sense to you. And, so as you look at this, just see what really resonates with you, what jumps out at you. And as an overall card this week, again, with the other things that we already had, this card really represents creating this safety net around the things that are valuable to you, right? And I will put this, yeah, I'll put it here. You can see it a little bit closer here. So it really is thinking about, again, things you can put your hands on. Think about the people in your life. Think about the things in your life that are important to you. Right now, this isn't about, you know, hoarding money or, having these elaborate, you got to buy expensive, fancy things. No, this is about the things that are important to you that are around you. Right. You can touch your home, your family, your friends, your pets, any of the things that are closest to you that you care about, creating safety to keep them close. Let me know if that makes sense for you. Think about the relationships that you have in your life with the people that are closest. What are you doing to protect those relationships? They're yours, right? What are you doing to keep those things safe? This is really the theme. This, as you think about, and I know that this is about, mastering your life. When you get to the point where you recognize what is important to you in your life, not all the drama, not all the people who are just around because they're still around, not all the things that you have because, you spent a bunch of money on clothes and shoes and jewelry and, but the things that are really important in your life, when you're able to identify what those things are, that's kind of step one, right? Of mastering your life, recognizing that you don't have to chase after everything that comes along. You don't have to do everything that someone else wants you to do. When you can sit and you can ground yourself in your realities, in what you want, discovering what that is, that's the biggest part of mastering your life. Right now, eights are the cards of mastery. And in this card, again, when we're looking at this Pentacles, I mean, he's physically building like a little shelter. But think about, even if it's not building something, think about how, once you've identified the things that are really important to you, how you can protect them. And I don't mean protect them from, you don't want somebody snatching your partner, right? I mean, sometimes it's making time and space, right? Sometimes here it is keeping somebody out of the rain, right? Sometimes it is being mindful of, your bank accounts and where you're spending your money or what you're doing with it, right? Mastering your life, mastering your money, your resources doesn't have to be, I'm 100 years old and I've lost everything and learned the values in that. You can start right now in understanding that, again, you create your own realities, right? When you can master this idea of the things around me are around me because that's what I've chosen. The friends that are in your life, the people that are in your life, the job that you have, probably the pets that you have, right? All those things come from choices that you've made that you can always make again, right? You can always make a new choice. Remember that. But really mastering your life is knowing and loving the things that you have chosen to have around you. right? And it takes some work, right? Mastery is not something that happens, you don't wake up like, oh, I'm a master at this. I'm great at this. Again, goes to practice, goes to taking the time to sit and understand what is really important to you, right? What's yours and not from somebody else, right? So that's really what I want you to do this week. I want you to, hopefully you've already released. If not, sit, look at the water activity that we did last week, and do a little bit of cleansing, sit and release whatever you need to, and then really take some time. Again, if you can join me at 6, spend some time just sitting and being. Right now that you've let go of stuff, who am I right now? What am I experiencing in this moment? And I would love, I mean it, I would love to hear from you of how that went, right? And I'll say that I'm going to switch this over. If you join me over at 6 today, again, we're going to be in Facebook rooms. Bear with me because we haven't tried it before. So I think I can figure it out. I mean, it doesn't seem that complicated, but we're still in Mercury retrograde. But if you join me at 6, just bring a pen and a pen or pencil, something to write with, and a piece of paper, right? I'm always going to have you write stuff down. And again, nothing too complicated. If you can be outdoors, wonderful. I'll try to be outdoors if I can be. And we'll actually, do a little activity to help some grounding. But if you can't make it, again, just sit. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just sit and be. Schedule time to just be. And that's going to start this process, because next week we're going to move into air and start thinking about, again, our lives and who we are and how we want to show up. But right now, just worry about being you, right? And appreciating that. Gratitude is a big, big, big component of earth energy, of just being. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. Again, join me live. It's a room situation, so I will have my cards with me. I'm not going to be doing like full readings, but if you have questions about grounding and things like that, I'm happy to pull some cards. So I hope that I'll see you over there. If not, then I will see you back here next week for air energy. As always, I'll pop this in the stream. If you have a question and you're not sure that you're quite ready to sit and do a full tarot session with me, a great opportunity to just get a little taste, a little sampler, is if you try out 2-Minute Tarot. So 2-Minute Tarot, you ask a question. I'm going to pull one card for you, and I'm going to send you a video about 2 minutes long with a response. So just so you get to know me a little bit. And I'd love for you to try it out if you've got any questions. Of course, you're always welcome to book a session with me whenever you'd like. And again, let me know what you're thinking, how this resonates for you. And hopefully I will see you in a couple of hours. All right. So stay magical, everybody. Thanks for joining me.